Looks like it might be good. There are enough people here.
Holes from where Trump was playing golf, noticed the muzzle of an AK-style rifle sticking through the shrubbery roughly 400 yards away. An agent fired and the gunman dropped the rifle and fled in an SUV. The suspect left a firearm behind, along with 2 backpacks, a scope used for aiming, and a GoPro camera. Palm Beach County Sheriff Rick Bradshaw says a witness approached them. The person saw a guy running out of the bushes who jumped into a black Nissan. The witness took a picture of the vehicle and the license plate. Law enforcement soon got a hit on that vehicle on I-95, heading into Martin County. Police then spotted the vehicle, pulled it over, and detained the suspect. The suspect has not yet been officially named. The apparent assassination attempt comes 2 months after another assassination attempt against the former president at a Pennsylvania rally. That shooting incident sparked scrutiny of the Secret Service. Former President Trump on Truth Social thanked the Secret Service, Sheriff Rick Bradshaw, and all of law enforcement, writing, "The job done was absolutely outstanding. I am very proud to be an American." Vice President Kamala Harris condemned the assassination attempt, writing on X that she was deeply disturbed by the possible assassination attempt. Harris added that she was thankful that former President Trump is safe and commended the Secret Service and their law enforcement partners for their vigilance. President Biden said he was relieved that Trump was unharmed. Trump's running mate, Senator J.D. Vance, says he's glad President Trump is safe and that he'll be hugging his kids extra tight and saying a prayer of gratitude. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis says Florida will be conducting its own investigation, adding that people deserve the truth about the would-be assassin and how he was able to get within 500 yards of Trump. The FBI is leading the investigation into the assassination attempt and working to determine any motive. Daniel Monahan, NTD News.
Members of Congress.
Well, some dumbass Secret Service agent took a pot shot at Trump today. Now, if that doesn't tell you there are communists in our fucking government, there's something wrong with you. This is what needs to end in this damn country. This goddamn dumbasses in there thinking they can do whatever the hell they want. It needs to stop. And EMP will not stop this. A rally. EMP will stop this. And all the rest of them in this line. Kamala Harris keeps talking about the middle class that doesn't exist any longer. It's just those that have a big donor base, large donor base, and the have-nots. The ones that are sleeping on the sidewalk day in, day out, wearing the same shirt. She doesn't have any shoes on, and she's mental health. What is Kamala Harris going to do about that? I asked you.
More affordable when Donald Trump was president.
Yet Harris still says,
Bidenomics is working.
no, it isn't.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
No guardrails, and it would take Black America.
This is the hate
Project 2025
that
would strip away our voting rights protections.
they're putting
and
out.
eliminates the Department of Education. It would also require states to monitor women's pregnancies. It bans abortion and would rip away health coverage for millions. Kamala Harris will stand up to Trump and his MAGA loyalists' dangerous plans to control.
Mental health, no place for her to go. Doesn't even have any shoes on her feet. And this is a result of, I don't know, government defunding mental health institutes.
Ministries is the Ministry of Peace, which oversees the party's military affairs. The inverted meaning of its name points to a strategy employed by communists when one's strength is inferior to that of the enemy. Proclaim one's desire for peace. Extending an olive branch is the best way to hide an imminent attack. The Soviet Union and other communist countries were and continue to be adept practitioners of this strategy, which is employed to infiltrate the West. Right after World War II ended, with the United States still the only country to produce and successfully employ the atomic bomb, the World Peace Council was formed. Its first chairperson was French physicist Frédéric Joliot-Curie, a member of the French Communist Party.
The Secret Service was able to spot the gunman hiding in the bushes. He thought that was quite impressive. But the question that Jason is asking is what preventative measures can be improved to stop this from happening again, which he says could happen again in the future. He says that we can't let protecting the former president up to chance.
That's it. So good to hear from him. Insights there. Okay. U.S. voters, especially those within the Catholic community, reflected on Pope Francis's recent election advice. The pontiff has urged Catholics to choose the lesser evil in the forthcoming election.
Voters visiting New York City's St. Patrick Cathedral voiced their opinion after the religious leader criticized both former U.S. President Donald Trump over his plan to deport millions of immigrants and Vice President Kamala Harris over her stance supporting abortion rights. Listen.
I mean, I agree with his assessment. Our current election, we have two candidates. They're both not great. No matter whatever divide your side you're on, neither one is the best representative of that party or that position. So, lesser of two evils, whichever one you vote for, you are going to, in your mind, no matter if you think they're great, it's still probably going to be the lesser of two terrible choices.
I'm not a person who likes the idea of choosing any evils. So, I personally am probably not going to vote this time because I am tired of aligning to what I feel is evil. And so for me, I do agree. I think they're both pretty bad, bad choices in my mind. That's where I'm at right now with all of this, is that I'm aligning to this new idea that I don't want to align to a candidate that is the lesser of two evils. I'm tired of voting for evil.
In my estimation, I can only vote for the person who has the most qualities or characteristics of principle that I can rely on, in which case the lesser of two evils is kind of a compromise. The whole idea of the lesser of two evils is almost to say that there are two evils. I'm not sure that there are. That kind of it really surprises me that he would see it that way.
We listen to the Pope, but I don't think we should just follow whatever he says. I really strongly believe that the freedom of each person, especially with voting, is very important, and we have to be wise about it. We have to educate ourselves about these candidates. We have to get to know more about them before voting. It's not about what the Pope says.
Next, Wittenberg University.
Proclaiming that the Soviet Union was a peace-loving nation and condemning the United States as a hegemonic warmonger. The, quote, struggle for peace, a catchphrase promoted by high-ranking Soviet official and ideological leader Mikhail Suslov, became a fixture of Soviet rhetoric. Quote, the present anti-war movement testifies to the will and readiness of the broadest masses of the people to safeguard peace and to prevent the aggressors from plunging mankind into the abyss of another slaughter.
The hateful rhetoric and accusations against Donald Trump are part of the reason why people have tried to kill him. And who has been spitting all this hateful rhetoric out? 2 presidential campaigns ads spitting out lies about him and disinformation, but they think it's real. And people react especially if they got some sort of mental health issues. I mean, this has got to stop. How does a 14-year-old kid get a hold of a weapon? You should never have had the damn thing to begin with. Jesus, crying out loud. Father bought the thing for him. That was dumb.
More affordable when Donald Trump was president.
Yet Harris still says
Bidenomics is working.
no, it isn't.
I'm Donald J. Trump, and I approve this message.
No guardrails, and it would take Black America.
This is the hate
Project 2025
that
would strip away our voting rights protections.
they're putting
and
out.
eliminates the Department of Education. It would also require states to monitor women's pregnancies. It bans abortion and would rip away health coverage for millions. Kamala Harris
Nice.
will stand up to Trump and his MAGA loyalists' dangerous plans to control